Hey guys, Sash here from C4 Tech and welcome to the second episode of Tech Week with Ash T2WA. So last week a lot of people said, hey, you're not going to do this consistently. And I agree with them. I'm probably not going to do it consistently. I actually skipped out on the Tamil version midweek. But hey, 2 weeks in a row, that's something good. So this week, what's happening in tech? What has been the big news? What's broken? Let's take a look at all of that. Ash here, C4 Tech, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to it. So first, let's start with Wireless Dex. With the Galaxy S21, Samsung has now given an option of of accessing Dex wirelessly on your PC. So Dex is basically a bigger version, a desktop-oriented version of your phone that generally there was something you could first access only with a dedicated dock. And then with the next generation, they made it with any USB Type-C cable. And now Samsung's gone totally wireless. We have a dedicated video on what Dex brings to the table. So do check that out for all the options that Dex does offer. And the fact that we can now use that wirelessly, that's icing on the cake. Okay, so that's Samsung Galaxy S21 news. Let's now move on to the Asus Zenfone Max Pro M3 is what I want to say. Because the Max Pro M3 is what I've been waiting for a long time. Stock Android, great specs, metal build, or at least plastic, whatever build, with a huge battery is what Asus's Zenfone Max lineup has generally brought to the table. And it's been a long time since we've heard anything from Asus, but now they are planning on coming up with a Zenfone Mini. Now, I think this is probably a decision they made on developing this as soon as they saw the good numbers that the Apple iPhone 12 Mini posted initially, but then the sales have dipped for Apple. But I guess they've already into production or at least development and they didn't want to back out. So the Zenfone Mini, it is expected, or rather the Zenfone 8 Mini, it is expected to be a flagship phone but with a smaller display, kind of like what Sony's done with their compacts. Now, the iPhone 12 Mini, I was actually surprised that for somebody who loves small panels, I wasn't very comfortable using it. So yes, we've got an entire people have already made fun of me for that, and that's all there in that video, so card right up there. So the long story short, is there going to be a market for this? I don't know. Will there be a follow-up to this in the future? Seems unlikely, but for now, this generation, we seem to be getting a Zenfone flagship mini phone, which for people who like smaller displays is a huge thumbs up. And talking about things that might or might not exist, let's talk about what might not exist or is not going to exist. Google Play Music. Google is shutting down Google Play Music stuff this month. They were supposed to shut it down by end of 2020, but because of the pandemic, it has nothing to do with the pandemic, but we're so used to blaming everything on the pandemic. So let's say because of the pandemic, Google kind of pushed it to February. So if you have anything on Google Play Music, transfer it all out, take it out, because you're not going to be able to access anything Google Play Music after this month. From Google, let's jump to Apple. iOS 14.5 brings with it a very good new feature that you've never seen on any other operating system before, using your Apple Watch to unlock your phone. Okay, we have seen it on every other operating system before, but now Apple has it and it works with it doesn't work with any Bluetooth, whatever. It works only with the Apple Watch. But it is a step in the right direction, and hey, in a day and age of masks, it should be helpful. Personally, when I'm out, I hate unlocking, tapping 6 different buttons on my iPhone to unlock it. Sometimes I just pull my mask down for that. I do not recommend doing that. But hey, I'm just being honest. Now, on to more optimistic news. DualSense controllers and the Xbox Series X controllers are now compatible with iOS via iOS 14.5. So if you're somebody who is a fan of Apple Arcade and you have the latest PS5, or you just want to stream your PS5 stuff or any gaming stuff onto your iOS device, then you can use a DualSense controller, an Xbox Series X controller. Next up, Samsung Galaxy F62. That's what I guess they're going to be calling it. This phone is supposed to be Samsung's latest mid-ranger in the F series, which is supposedly a Flipkart exclusive series. So F41, F62, what are they doing with the numbers? F62, it's supposed to come with a 7000 mAh battery, 32 megapixel selfie camera, Android 11 with One UI 3.0. I highly doubt this is an actual leak. Samsung probably confirmed it themselves. Anyways, I would be happy as long as we don't go and see Exynos 9611 on it again. As long as it's any chip but the Exynos 9611, I'm going to be happy. So fingers crossed we get a new chip this time around. And talking about new things, Xiaomi's got a new concept phone, which Manu Kumar Jain will probably have in his hand and somebody will take it out and do a video about it, and I don't know how that goes, but hey. As of now, they're not letting anybody get their hands on it. It is just a waterfall display concept. Basically, 88-degree bends on all four sides. We've seen it on two sides, but here it's going to be on all four sides. The corners, they still have a little bit of black points there because they couldn't really get the display on the corners. But if they manage to do that, think about it. The entire front and sides is a display. Now, if you are thinking, where do they fit in the headphone jack? There is no headphone jack. Then where do they fit in the SIM tray? There is no SIM tray. Okay, but what about the earpiece? There is no earpiece. There is no Type-C port. You see the trend here? There is nothing on it. It is going to be completely portless, completely, buttonless, and that is their concept. Now, this is not, I don't see this being a limited edition release like with the Alpha or something, the Mi Mix or something, sorry, not the Alpha, the original Mi Mix. This is going to be a pure out-and-out concept, but hey, good for Xiaomi that they are pushing the envelope with build. Is it going to be practical? I doubt it, but you gotta start somewhere, right? The Mi Mix started all this thin, narrow bezels and all that stuff. Initially, the camera at the bottom, not good at all. That wasn't really fun, was it? But then that let us get somewhere with it, and I guess this would again take technology forward. Next up, PayPal is closing all domestic payments in India. They're going to be focusing on getting Indian businesses international payments. They say that's what they're looking at. But guys, international payments have always been a problem for India, or rather international sales for sellers in India has always been problematic, right? I mean, this has nothing to do with PayPal. I just got thinking about it and I wanted to share my thoughts with you. If you look at China, you could probably import a 100 rupee case from China with free shipping. But from India, you try shipping anything out, it's way too expensive, which I feel is one of the reasons why, yes, we do a lot of exports, but then from a small seller perspective, shipping stuff out of India is a huge chore. I feel this is something that needs to change if we hope to sell as much globally as China does. This has been something that's always bothered me. I mean, just think about it. Go to AliExpress, go to eBay.com and you buy a small tiny little case for like $50, $1, $1.20, $100, right? You even buy something like that, you get free shipping. But you can't really do the same. You can't ship anything for 100 rupees from India to any country. It's at least like gonna cost a couple of grand. And again, there's a lot of limitations that come with it. It just needs to become more common for something like this, for PayPal to actually act as a business end for receiving payments globally. I mean, for Indian sellers to actually get global traction. Any which ways, moving on, if you guys missed it, here's a card to MKBHD's video on the Mate XS. He just covered it recently. It's a good video, check it out. And that is my segue into Mate X2, which is seemingly on the way. It should be coming in this month with the latest Kirin 9000 chip and of course no Google Play services. Huawei is working on their own Harmony OS 2.0, which is not Android as per Huawei, but is actually AOSP Android. So it's basically not really different from what they are doing currently with MUI. It's the same, but it is not called the same. Basically, they took MUI and put a different sticker on it. Maybe it's just transitional. At least Ars Technica is the one who's actually looking into this. They have a very detailed write-up on it, which, guys, everything that I'm talking about, there will be sources in the description, so do check that out if you want more detailed reading on it. So anyways, Ars Technica did a deep dive into it. It's seemingly Android AOSP, it's seemingly Android 10 that it's built on, but maybe, just maybe, Huawei is using it as a way of transitioning from Android, from the HMS, Huawei App Gallery, on to whatever it is that they want to do with Harmony OS 2.0. So that is probably what we might see with the Mate X2. And the last on today's list is 5G it's gone global with, yes, we need to include PUBG or 5G in every title. Yes, that's why it's here. Guys, for news videos, it seems like it is mandatory to have PUBG or 4G in the title, which is where I included this. It's basically not really news. It's just 4G is now available globally from the Play Store. No biggie. As promised last week, Ash Answers returns as a segment now. So let's jump to the Ash Answers portion of this video. And let's start with the first question, which again, as promised, has been picked from the comment section. Can we see a PC build in the future? Yes. ICE is something you're going to see. I'm calling my PCs Fire and Ice. Fire is in India, ICE is here in Dubai. This is a total white build. That is a reddish, orangish build. You'd probably see a picture of it on Instagram. And that's my way of saying, please follow me on Instagram. Any which ways, that should happen soon. Ash getting back to roots, the old good and simple haircut, and Ash answers. Haircut, Ash answers, yay. And to whoever's picking the question, this is not a question. Anyways, Ash answers, is it worth buying Exynos Samsung flagship in India because battery seems to be off when compared to others, OnePlus and iPhone? And why do they do it here purposefully in UK also? It's money. And I've got the Snapdragon S21 Ultra, and as promised, I'm going to do a comparison, and I'm pretty sure everybody's going to say, you ripped Mr. Who's the Boss off, because he just did the video yesterday. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. Happens to me a lot. Customs delays is why I am working out of UAE, and it happened again. This was not customs though. This was just me getting the phone a little late. So any which ways, tomorrow, day after, in the next few days, you will be seeing S21 Ultra, Exynos versus Snapdragon, full in-depth comparison. And my special thing was, or rather, what I thought was going to be unique about the video is that I'm going to run the tests multiple times to look at extended thermals and everything, which Arun already did. So if you can't wait for my video, here's a card. Check out Mr. Who's the Boss's video. But then come back and please watch my video too. Pretty please. I love you guys. Okay, moving on. Hey Ash, can you please make a video on how to decide which smartphone to buy? Thanks. I don't know, guys. Which smartphone to buy is such a vast thing. It basically depends on what you want in a smartphone. I could probably look at doing a roundup of which smartphone is best for each segment. Or if you think there's any other way for me to actually do this video, you guys have any ideas, let me know. And I will definitely try to do that. I want to try out new things. And if you guys want something, I'll definitely get that done. So I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for this at this moment. Talk about OnePlus 9 Pro. Yes, OnePlus 9 Pro. I forgot that in the news. So basically, somebody on Dave2D's Discord actually told him he has pictures of the OnePlus 9 Pro. Dave thought it was somebody pulling his leg, but then when he looked into it, it seemed legit. Dave has a full-fledged video to it. I don't know if I still have cards left. If I do, I'll leave a card to that video here. If not, check out the description. I will definitely have a link to it. He's done a beautiful video, 5.5 minutes-ish. Very much on point. I really like Dave's videos. So if you look at it, it is supposed to have Hasselblad integration for the camera. So like we've got Leica for Huawei, Zeiss for one of the BBK brands, I don't remember which. They all sound and seem the same. Anyways, coming back, so Hasselblad is supposed to be there, and with the OnePlus 9, it's supposed to be a flat display. The 9 Pro is supposed to have a display that curves at the edges, Quad HD, 120 Hz. These are the things that have leaked, supposedly. The weird part was it displayed 11 gigs of RAM under specs. 11 gigs. I've not seen that before. So yeah, that's something weird. Any which ways, I've said any which ways too many times, and I hope I have nothing funny to say about it. I'm sorry. Okay, Ash, could you please make it short so that it would be better? No offense, good initiative. I could make it shorter, but then that would mean I cut out Ash answers, which I don't want to do. I don't want this video to be about views or anything. In the past, there have been people who say, hey, I've been waiting for Ash answers, I got my lunch ready and I'm sitting here on a Sunday afternoon waiting for Ash answers, That was something people used to do. And I kind of want that to be the case here, Tech Week with Ash, where I give you what's happening in tech and answer your questions. I want it to be like a longer video. I'm not going for the shorter form. If you like short form content, the rest of the week, it's all going to be short form content. I want to have a mix of both, guys. So I'm kind of experimenting with this, so maybe give it a shot, give it a chance, see how you like it after a few episodes, and then we'll take it from there. If you guys still want me to cut down on the content or maybe split it into 2 or something, we will get to it, but I want to give it like a good 10 episode pilot before we start chopping and changing timings and everything. Next one, if you lose all your WhatsApp data right now, how effed up would you be? Would you be able to get yourself non-dependent on WhatsApp? Fun story. I actually lost all my WhatsApp data, not on Android, but on iOS. So basically, iOS and Android have like different WhatsApp backups. There are ways of merging it. I never bothered to, but my iOS backup's all gone. I'm okay with it. I would just need like an hour, and then I'm okay if I lose my data. I have been super lazy and not saved some PR agency people's phone numbers and all that. So that would be the biggest thing I lose. Apart from that, I'm married. I don't have that attachment to messages anymore. So yeah, if you ask the college me, would I be bummed out if I lost all my messages? The answer would have been yes, I can't live without them, but not anymore. I'm married. I'm old. I actually have one gray hair here and a few which my wife keeps pointing out. I hate it. Okay, I hope this doesn't end up taking the entire channel like certain other Indian tech behemoth. I would love for you to bring back Ash answers in whatever shape or form you wish, but please, for God's sake, keep it a weekly thing only. Yes, it is a weekly thing only. I'm not gonna do 100 videos on PUBG, 5G, Geo, and all that stuff. That is not what you're gonna be seeing here. Guys, the point is, I don't want to do anything I am not interested in. Now this video, I can bet you my bottom dollar or whatever. Now this video, I can bet I would watch it myself. Now I would definitely, I'm not going to do any content that I wouldn't watch. I'm not going to do any content, like the stuff that I have lined up. XPS 13 review. Okay, this is not going to get me any views. You go watch the view count on this video. If it's more than 30,000 views, I'll be damned. I expected to do something around 20,000 views, to be honest. But then I've had a lot of fun testing it out. It took me 4 days. 4 days for just scripting, shooting, and all that stuff. Whereas for a phone, it wouldn't take me more than a single day. Testing is different, but the shooting part of it, the scripting part of it, and all that is going to be 1 day. Now, I've got this, the Retroid Pocket 2. It's a retro console that I'm going to be doing a video on. I absolutely adore it. It's like $7 grand. It's like $100 shipped. and it's a very cool thing. So I'm looking at doing these kind of contents. There is no way I'm gonna do something like tech videos every day. I'm not tech videos every day, tech news every day, just repeating more and more stuff about PUBG and 5G and Geo, and you know, that is not what I'm going to be doing. So yes, you don't have to be afraid of that. Is 28 Mobile a good place to buy those elusive devices and getting them shipped to India? Also, I use the S21 Ultra as the primary. I'd want a standby device that's more gaming focused. Which one would you suggest? I'm averse to the ROG 3 purely because of the weight. Fair enough. S21 Ultra and ROG in the pockets, basically 500 grams. Oh my god, that would be horrible. Both of those are big phones. 28 Mobile is a great place to buy phones, but India customs, that is going to be something you're going to have to deal with. But barring that, 28 Mobile ships on time. They're perfect with that. I've worked with them for years. I was a regular customer to 28 Mobile before they became a sponsor for the channel. So that is how I actually came to know about them when I was buying stuff from them. So I have shopped, I've had it shipped to India. I've struggled with customs. That is always going to happen with India. You are going to pay extra for customs, and they're going to ask you for stuff like your ID proof, address proof and stuff sent to you. You don't have to go to the customs office or anything. DHL or FedEx, whatever they ship by, I think they use FedEx more. They are going to mail you, call you, asking for those details. You're going to have to send it to them, and then they'll get it cleared from customs, and you'll have to pay the delivery guy the customs charges. So that is how it's going to work. Smaller phone, I would probably say the regular S20. Okay, you don't want to go. You already have an Ultra. Why go for an S21? I don't know, iPhone 12 mini or the regular iPhone 12. I think that would be like if you're somebody who's contemplating even a ROG Phone 3, then the iPhone 12 mini might actually be a good secondary phone for you. Where is the rest of the crew? They are in India, Chennai office. And in the interest of keeping it short, I'm looking for a gaming laptop under 1.5 lakhs. Should I go with one right now or wait for the RTX 30 series laptop to launch in India? And when do you think that will be? I really do not know when that's gonna be. And hey, somebody actually used the hashtag Tech Week with #TW2A. I don't know if we've settled on T2WA or TW2A. I think we settled on TW2A. So yeah. So thank you, Ankit, for that. Now, gaming laptop, I'd probably say wait for the 30 series. It's almost there, right? Why buy a 20 series right now? That would be like us building the Fire PC with the 2080 Ti. Okay, I'm sorry, this is interesting. I read an article that talks about fake paid reviews on Amazon. Also, when I checked on Google, there are some tools to filter paid fake reviews. Tools like Review Meta and FakeSpot. But my question is how much perfect the tools are. Do they really work with at least an 80% accuracy? What's your take on paid fake reviews online? There are a hell of a lot of paid fake reviews online. Me personally, I don't trust anything I read online, which is a very hypocritical thing of me to say. Basically, if I want to see how something works, I do not trust Amazon reviews at all, or Flipkart, hell no. So basically, my suggestion would be check out Reddit. Reddit has real people talking about real stuff. So if I'm contemplating buying something, I want to know what the cons are, I search for that and Reddit, and then I go on Reddit and I see what people have to say about it. I most definitely do not watch YouTube reviews. Please watch my reviews. But I do not watch YouTube reviews on stuff I make my decision on. There are a few reviewers that I do trust. But again, guys, I'm not gonna name this reviewer. The Sony RX100 Mark V, I saw a video on YouTube from a reviewer that I trusted, and I absolutely loved it because, hey, great camera for vlogging and everything, and I immediately bought it. And then I realized it does not have an input mic option. If I did a vlogging video without a dedicated mic and let the scratch audio, the camera capture the audio, you guys are all gonna punch me in the face if you can, right? But then for a video to entirely talk about everything but not this, I mean, I don't blame the reviewer. I blame myself for not actually doing my due diligence on it. But ever since then, I don't just go by YouTube videos, YouTube reviews. I just feel there's way too much paid and sponsored content that is non-disclosed on YouTube. As a YouTuber, I'm kind of ashamed to say that on the platform that I am, this is how things are. But sadly, really sadly, that is how it is. Maybe this costs me a few views, but so be it. I would suggest anything you want to buy, first check out. I don't know if these tools work great. I've not used these tools myself, but personally, this is what I do. Reddit is where I go. And if something is paid or sponsored, they generally end up deleting it. Or what do you say? You can see people answer to it. You can go through at least the popular opinion, what many people say. People who use the product say we can kind of get started there and then do our own due diligence on the specs and common sense and all that, and make up our minds. That's what I do. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Hope you guys found it interesting. I was supposed to shoot this last night and I was not in a headspace where I could be excited about stuff and talk, and I don't think I am today either. But hey, I didn't want to miss out on this episode, so maybe I'm not 100%. Unscripted always needs a little bit of energy to it. I am on a Red Bull and a Diet Coke. The best I can do, so maybe this video was not as engaging as you would have liked it to be. So what I'm trying to say is, give me another shot. If you didn't find this engaging, come back next week and hopefully I can do a better job. And hopefully I can do a video next week. So that's the bigger hopefully. Any which ways, if any one of you have watched this long, thanks a lot for hanging out till the end of this video. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for your support. And that's it. Thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, bell icon, all that stuff. Till next time, thank you again for watching. My name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day.